They came back with a fucking vengeance this quarter and said, don't forget who the fuck you're dealing with, bitches. We're fucking Netflix. Let's talk about Netflix. Everybody's got Netflix. Everybody knows Netflix. It's the biggest. They are the biggest streaming conglomerate on planet Earth. Everybody has. Pretty much everybody has the damn thing. It is number one. Disney tried to come in and say that they had, close to, or they had more or something like that. It wasn't true. They were changing their numbers around, making them kind of weird. They were like combining numbers for other things. Yeah, Disney Plus, you're not quite there yet. But recently, leading up to this story, last quarter, I believe it was, Netflix had a massive drop-off in subscribers. And people were talking about how, oh, this is the end. This is the end. Netflix is going down. They're losing money. They're not releasing a lot of content and all this and that. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember them talking about that, right? And they were talking about, oh, Disney Plus is going to swoop in and take it all from them. Or HBO Max or something like that. They were too busy inflating their numbers. Well, I guess Netflix heard that. I'm assuming they already that they were preparing for it. But yeah, they were well aware that they lost. I do remember when all that was going on, Netflix pretty much came out and said, we're not worried. We expected this. It's okay. They did seem pretty chill about the whole thing. I will give them that. They're like, it's all good, guys. Hang on a minute. Well, this quarter, Netflix came up and said, hey, hold my beer. Netflix broke its own record for number of original episodes released in a single quarter with 1,026 in the third quarter of 2022. That's more than 5 times any other streaming rival. Amazon Prime Video and Hulu released 223 and 194 episodes respectively. Disney Plus debuted with 140 original episodes per the report, and HBO Max released 144 episodes in the third quarter. Netflix premiered 159 original and exclusive shows in quarter 3, topping its previous high water mark of 143 in quarter 4 2021. So pretty much what they're saying, they released more shows than a lot of their competition did episodes of their shows. And not only that, I don't have the stats right here, but many of their shows, such as Stranger Things, Dahmer, there was another one. I can't remember the name of the other one, but have been like number 1 in streaming for quarter. They're doing very well. They came back with a fucking vengeance this quarter and said, don't forget who the fuck you're dealing with, bitches. We're fucking Netflix. So, yeah, anybody who was thinking that Netflix was going away and that they're not doing so hot and all this and that, they apparently did have, in reading the thing, they knew that they had a dip in not just quality but also release and all that, because apparently because of COVID shutdowns and stuff like that, they're just now seeing that whole dip from where they, lost. They had some holes, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they're back. They're back in black, baby. Because they have. That's all I've been hearing about is Netflix, and all these shows they're putting out. I mean, even the bad people, the detractors to say something like Dahmer, I mean, that show's getting very positive remarks. And, I mean, you can't deny Stranger Things and Sandman. That was another one. It's doing very well. It's not getting a second series, I don't believe, but it still did really well. Nick, what do you think? Do you think this is a fluke? Do you think Netflix is back? Do you think Netflix just had to come out and kind of flex a little bit and say, back the fuck up, bitch? What do you think's going on here?
I think it's good. I mean, it's good when Netflix is doing well because, I would like to spend my hard-earned money for their product and get some product. And when they're releasing many products, it's always a good sign that, it's healthy. It doesn't mean Netflix is going to be where they were at one point when they were spending, $600 billion on the Gray Man, but at least I think what we're starting to see now is hopefully, at least I hope, is that they're trying to equalize their product and the idea of like putting out stuff that's more interesting. Like, I don't want to watch like 16 movies a year from Netflix and they're all fucking terrible. That's just not what I want. And hopefully this means that they're they're going to be doing something, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm happy for them. I'm glad.
Yeah.
They're much wealthier than I am, but for the most part I'm happy
they're doing all right. Yeah, they're doing all right.
Yeah, they're doing just a little bit all right.
Yes, they're doing all I'm with you. I think that this bodes well. It also goes. I think it bodes well also with their more recent. It's been a couple months now. They said that they're not spending was getting out of control, and they said, okay, we're not spending that kind of money anymore. They're still spending money, but I think they are just trying to reel it in a bit and kind of have better output. And I think we're starting to just now see a little bit of that, more quality. I mean, you release 1,026 episodes overall in a single quarter. There's going to be some duds in there, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems like they've had some good hits in there as well, and it sounds like they've got some hits coming up as well. So I am happy. I've always been a Netflix supporter. I like Netflix. They were the first. I've been with them since literally the beginning. So I like seeing Netflix do well. And I love when, because they are number one, there's lots of detractors out there that like to talk shit about them. But it's cool to see them come up. And I really respect the fact that we did a story on, it's been a month or so ago now, where everybody else is doing the weekly content. And they were saying they were putting pressure on Netflix to do weekly content, and the investors were too. And they were thinking about it, but apparently they came out and said, fuck you, no. We built this motherfucking city, and we're not changing it. So they will still be doing the binge content. I appreciate that. But anyway, and I kind of like when I see somebody just stand their ground and be like, nope, I'm doing it, bitch. Anyway, Netflix, they're doing well, everybody. If you thought that they were going down the tubes, or worst case, if you were hoping they were, well, haha, they're not. They just needed a quarter to breathe and came up and said, hold my jewelry, I'm gonna fuck this bitch up. So Netflix still doing its thing.